In this problem, we are asked to factor the trinomial x squared minus 5x plus 4. In order to do this, we are going to use a tool called the magic X. This is an example of a magic X. Please notice that the letters AC are on top and the letter B is on the bottom. I like to think of it as B for basement, so you remember what goes where. These letters, A, B, and C, refer to the coefficients of the terms of the trinomial. So in this case, it's clear that C equals 4, B equals -5, don't forget about that minus, and if there's no coefficient before a variable, that means that it's a ninja 1. So in this problem, A equals 1. So I'm going to take those three letters and substitute them into my magic X. AC on top is 1 times 4, so I'm going to put a 4 right here. And B is -5, so I'm going to put that down here. Now I need to fill in the left and the right-hand sides of my magic X. And in order to do that, I am going to need to find two numbers. And these numbers have to have a product of 4 and a sum of -5. So I'm going to start thinking about some factors of 4. So for instance, I know that 2 times 2 equals 4. And I know that 1 times 4 equals 4. And I also know that when I add these numbers together, I'm going to need to get a negative sum, so I need to consider negative numbers as well. So for example, -2 times -2 equals +4, as does -1 times -4. Now, all of these are factor pairs whose product is 4, but I'm looking for the one whose product is 4, whose sum is also -5. So now I'm going to go down my list. 2 times 2 is 4, but 2 plus 2 is 4, and I need it to be -5. 1 plus 4 is +5, but I need it to be -5. -2 plus -2 is -4, not there yet, but -1 plus -4 is -5. So my special numbers for my magic X are -1 and -4. So now we're going to take those two numbers and we are going to use them as terms in our binomial factors. I know that a trinomial factors into two binomials. In these binomials, the first term should be x in both binomials, and the second terms come from your magic X. So here we're going to have x minus 1, and here we're going to have x minus 4, and this is the factored form of our original trinomial. Now we should check our work by multiplying this out to make sure that it is correct. So I am going to use the FOIL method here. The first terms are x and x, so that would be x squared. The outside terms are x and -4, so that should be -5x. The inside terms are x and -1, so that should be, I'm so sorry, Sienna. This term here should have been -4x. The next term is -1x, and the last term is -1 times -4, which is +4. So then I will combine the like terms, -4x and -1x, to give me x squared minus 5x plus 4, which is my original trinomial, so then this would be the factored form.